Hello learners, welcome to the Mike Denny English Language Online Classroom. In this session, we shall be looking at the comparisons of adjectives. Form 1A and Form 1B students, if you're there, I want you to give me a shout out of hello. Good. We will be looking at the comparisons of adjectives. And by the end of this session, you should be able to use adjectives to talk about people and things. Identify words with similar meanings. Based on this, therefore, you should be able to use words in context. Give the opposites of some words. Let's use activity 1 as a test of what you already know. You shall be completing the following sentences using the correct adjectives from the brackets. Here are the answers to the sentences I shall be reading to you. You will study the following sentences and complete the blank spaces with the following words in bracket. 1. Bigger, big, biggest. 2. Taller, talling, tallest. 3. More interesting, interesting, most interesting. 4. More, most, less. Sentence 1. Michael is now a dash boy. Michael is now a dash boy. What do we say? I give you 1 to 10 seconds to write that down. Michael is now a dash boy. You must have chosen your response. 2. Rose is the dash among the girls. Rose is the taller among the girls. Rose is the tallest among the girls. Rose is the tallest among the girls. 3. Of the 2 girls, she is the dash person I know. Of the 2 girls, she is the more interesting person. She is the interesting person. She is the most interesting person. You should be able to give the right response. The last but not the least, I love my mom. The dash. I love my mom the more. I love my mom the most. I love my mom the less. Dear students, if you have done that, then we should now move to our topic for the day, comparative adjectives. Talking about the comparison or use of adjectives, we shall begin by you looking at the following sentences and taking note of the underlined words. Dear learners, let's look at the sentences. Mary is taller than John. 2. She has the biggest toy. 3. The worst day I ever had. And 4. She is happier than her sister. The underlined words in these sentences fall under the comparison or use of adjectives. Now, what is the comparative adjective? The comparatives or comparatives of adjectives are adjectives used for highlighting the difference between 2 objects or nouns. They compare one person or thing to another. Example, my son is younger than yours. My brother is taller than I am, but he is older too. We discover that the word younger and taller are comparative adjectives used to compare 2 objects. We should also note that inasmuch as we have the comparative adjectives, we equally have the superlative adjectives. While the comparative adjectives compares 2 things, the superlative adjectives compares 3 or more things. Superlatives are used to distinguish objects and nouns if they are 3 or more things which are compared. They are used to distinguish the highest degree of a noun. I repeat, to distinguish the highest degree of a noun in comparison. Example, the last house is the largest. It means of all the houses present in that flat, the Last house is the largest. There is none like it. Mary is the most beautiful of the three girls. It means of the three girls, Mary's beauty champions the others. We will now move to the formation or the rule in forming regular comparatives and superlative adjectives. My dear students, this is when I wish you know that in the formation of the regular comparative and superlative adjectives, it varies. This variance exists at the level of the number of syllables. With one syllable words, the adjectives take ER in the comparative and EST in the superlative. I repeat, in one syllable words, the adjective takes ER in the comparative and EST in the superlative. Example, tall in the comparative. Peter is taller than John. ER has been added to the adjective tall. Peter is the tallest in his class. This is the superlative. Peter is the tallest in his class. Longer adjectives of two or more syllables now add, instead of ER or EST, use more and most respectively in the comparative and superlative forms. The pink dress is more beautiful than the blue dress. This implies that the pink dress supersedes the blue dress. We are comparing two. Now, the pink dress is the most beautiful of all the dresses in the shop. This means that if you take all the dresses in the shop and you lay them out, the pink dress has the highest degree of beauty, known as the superlative. Adjectives of two or more syllables ending in a consonant. Why? What we do is we change the Y and add I plus ER in the comparative and EST in the superlative. Examples, we will use the adjectives happy, mighty, and heavy. An example which we had seen in our lesson before, she is happier than her sister. Take note here, my dear students, that when changing the comparative form, the adjective happy, as you see on the board, is spelled with an end consonant Y. We change the Y to I and it becomes happier. And in the superlative form, we change the Y to I and add IEST and it becomes happiest. Take note, the pronunciation differs from the spelling. So my dear students, don't be victims of a situation where you may want to spell happier and you spell HAPPYER. In such a case, we say that you have not applied the rule. We will now move to the formation of irregular comparatives and superlatives of adjectives. Adjectives with irregular comparatives and superlatives do not have the same rule as what you just saw. With these forms of adjectives, the comparative is totally different from the superlative. Examples, we will use the adjectives good, bad, far. In the comparative case, good will become better and the superlative will be best. Bad, worse, worst. Dear students, as a test of what we have already done, complete these sentences with the appropriate forms of the adjectives provided in the bracket. She is dash of the 3 girls, tall. She is dash of the 3 girls. 2. Peter is dash of the 2 boys. The adjective strong. 3. My father's car is dash than yours. The adjective good. 4. The princess is dash than the other girls. The adjective beautiful. Activity 3 will expect you to fill in the comparative and the superlative forms of the adjectives in the table below. The table has large, bad, healthy, little, much or many, and you are expected to provide the comparative and the superlative forms. Activity 4 becomes your take-home assignment as a complete test. Dear learner, you now have 15 minutes to complete the exercise. We have come to the end of this session. Thank you very much.